All right. So, I have no clue how to start this.
I am wearing basically brown on brown robes.
All right, let's start this.
No, that's how it starts.
We'll just say that for the beginning on every session from now.
Now title screen.
I'm wearing
Alright.
a Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt.
All right, let's. So this is a campaign that actually has been going on for a while. If there's actually anyone in the chat right now, probably over a year and a half now, I want to say. This is something new that we're trying just to see if it's actually going to be interesting and see what can come of it. Maybe nothing, but at least we get to still put our goof 'em ups on top of the stream. And I still want you guys to be your characters. So that's pretty much it. Why don't we do this? I'm going to have everyone roll 2d6s. Just so that you know, roll one and then roll the other one separate. I'm going to have you guys give me a brief description of what you know is going on, different things like that for the people at home. So, going around the table, left to right, what you got? First roll.
Add 3.
6.
5 and a 1.
Okay.
2.
4.
2 for sure.
All right. So between Steven and I'm going to say Rob, no offense, Shadowpat, you haven't been here that long, but give me an idea of what's been going on.
Like overall?
Yeah, if you have an idea. You guys have been here for a little bit.
So I'm only going to be able to tell half the story because half
It's-
the party is older than I am.
Yes.
Or at least have been playing longer.
And I'll have you guys actually interject from time to time with any relevant information that you guys can think of that they may be leaving out. Just try not to talk over each other. But
Well, I'm going to start with basically when I was introduced. I'm going to ignore the whole Triton and the astral plane thing. But so I came in with an NPC. We are both Gith Zarai, but we refer to ourselves as simply Gith. Our mission is to unite the two Gith tribes into one people again. We met up with the party in the astral plane in the city of Sigil, I believe.
no, not yet.
No, we were headed to Sigil.
Oh,
We
okay.
met up at Urim and Astral.
Yes. We met in an astral plane city. We joined the group that was already established, and we don't remember what we did in the interim, but we decided to go to the astral plane because 2 of the original party members had unfinished business in the prime material plane. We decided to go to the prime material plane. We encountered a town that they had originally been to, but had been attacked by Githyanki and a dragon 4 years prior. We learned that the town mayor is actually a horn demon or horn devil.
And whenever we got there, we realized that since the last time that the party was in this town, it had actually been, I think, 25 years, something like that, when we were only in the astral plane.
Yeah, it had been a while. Yes.
Yes, that's right. Time had passed 50 actually.
50? All right. that's
It
right.
was yes.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Tunos decided that got word that he was needed by his old compatriots and left the party to take care of personal business
You try to return at some point.
with the option of returning. We learned one of the goals of Yasmina and I, my sister and I, are to gather an army so that we can vanquish the Lich Queen, ultimately, so that we can combine the tribes. We need an army to do that. We heard from the Horn Devil about this town of monsters.
That the other two players have been to and they have seen. So
we went to the town of monsters to enlist aid and also to essentially catch up with them. We met a character. There was a bit of a disagreement with that character. Combat ensued, and we were politely asked to leave.
Very
So-
politely, mind you.
Considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
Considering the circumstances, it was very polite. Mostly because of the fact that Lumen was still with here. Because if Lumen hadn't been there and you guys just did that, this campaign would be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, the other thing to note is that the character that we fought was supposed to be
That's
Ryan's new
Yeah,
character.
it's supposed to be the character that I was playing instead of Tunos for a while, and so that went away, and now I'm
So-
playing a different character.
So now she kind of got an unofficial veto.
Fortunately, I have a lot of character concepts buzzing around in my head, and I'm never going to run out.
Veto was very official.
No, yeah, it wasn't unofficial. It was official. Everyone at the table was like, I don't want to play with this character.
Not everyone, it was just up.
All right.
we once we left that town, we we were traveling south back to the original town of
Stalingrad.
Stalingrad. And we got hit by a whirlwind, which contained 3 party members, 2 of which had been previously swept up in a different campaign for reasons I won't get into. And then we met Goodberry, your new character, who is
Thoroughly
shall we say,
awful in every way.
interesting. He decided to go into the forest and animate a tree, which turned into a vampiric treant, whose name is Dan.
I'm Dan.
Exactly. Dan likes to hug things and suck the life out of it.
I should be in my duty.
We left Dan alone as we were traveling from the town to a cave which contains portals back to the astral plane, so that now that our business on the Prime is done, we can go back to the astral plane and continue on to our quest. However, the gates are guarded or managed by a rather disreputable individual and his guards. During the encounter of meeting up with, or basically coming back to the cave, the guards stopped us, asked us our business, berated us for being late. Thumper took umbrage at this, or at least had enough of this,
Got bored.
got bored and decided to bypass
Got bored
the
is
guard.
appropriate. Let's not sugarcoat this thing. He got bored.
He got bored.
I'm
He
showing
just-
off my new horse.
Yes, he got a new horse.
To
from
the smugglers, to the group of smugglers that just prior had met Dan. So they were already on edge.
He decided to use his horse to move past the guards because the horse can go into the ethereal plane. So he moved past them. They decided to fire upon him, although they missed. Combat ensued, initiated by Grand Ram.
Third party or third person.
Yeah. The guards were dealt with. They're dead currently.
Good
4
riddance.
of which can be excuse me. 4 of them are dead. 1 of them is undead. Is currently a zombie.
Correct.
We ended the last session with a dispute between Grand Ram and the Paladin Lumen as to what should be done with these people. Lumen is in the process of, or about to, revivify them, about to bring them back to life. Grand Ram is going to react to that, and as far as I know, that's pretty much that's where we left off. And they can fill in what happened prior to those something.
I think that when I started very early on, I described myself as a researcher who researched the planes. So I'm going to say that I met up with the party because I entered some kind of portal and was by
Right.
myself.
I think you
And-
dropped in when we were
Did-
going to Xeros's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
I think that
were
my
outside.
frequent absences can be explained by me randomly falling through portals and stuff. So we'll say as we start, Orin, the gnomish wizard,
He
falls,
occasionally has bouts of absent-mindedness.
yeah, falls through a portal next to you guys. So hey guys, I'm back.
What's going to happen?
I heard we were going to be on the TV.
You should have wrote it that you've gone to find different heart women.
No, that's not really that. This character's
Wasn't that the whole
current-
point of the?
Is it? I don't know.
Well, you got distracted
Are you in
from
the Discord?
actually looking at the Harpy women by discussing how much you wanted to see
We have a
Harpy.
page.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
that's
event
Oh,
page.
yeah, I remember that.
Posting it when we stream.
Literally walk past him.
Yes.
All right. That's actually, I think, a pretty good recap.
Well,
Well,
there is a
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
fairly
second-
major
there's a
point
secondary plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose we should
Uh,
recap while we're headed to Sigil, at least.
That'd be perfect. Go.
Okay. I guess.
Otherwise, fine.
All right. So, the whole business with raising the GIF army against the Lich Queen is plot A, but there's also a plot B that started before plot A got underway. Our original group of adventurers at one point were contracted by a group of Modrons.
I'd say press gang is a more appropriate word, but yeah.
Contracted in air quotes.
Heavy quotes.
By Modrons to seek out an ancient god called Zeros in his forge
Not this
lair, I guess, his home. And we had to go past his several automatons, fight his elite guard in a sense, and make our way into his forge chamber, where after doing battle with him directly, we sat down with him and discussed business. It turns out Zeros has been held hostage in his godhood
as these finish up,
by
please don't say
Primus and the other gods who take advantage of his work. Zeros, after suffering this for untold ages, has decided that he wants to stop being a god so he can finally die.
And meet up with his family.
Yeah.
We
And
outlived by multiple millennia.
And so Lumen and the rest of the party at the time agreed to try and help free Zeros from his godhood captivity. Well, yeah, at this point it's just Lumen.
In the party, yeah. Before Tunos
Orin
left to take care of
also-
his own
Oh yeah,
thing.
no, Orin is also. I
Yeah.
forget. Orin's also in that group.
Yeah.
So Lumen and Orin have this obligation.
So
How
I've been
serious?
told.
Yeah.
And at some
seri-
point-
so, as serious as Orin takes it, I don't know. Lumen.
Tunos promised to come back and fulfill his obligations. He just has personal matters to attend to in the meantime.
And Orin
Yeah.
kind of forgot about that until just this moment.
So-
At least we're honest. That's all I'm looking for. Honesty.
So
I
we
read, I
spent,
read a lot of fantasy. This kind of all like blends
we
together.
spent 2 years with Zeros and his work in his home, and out of that, Orin got an personalized automaton of his own, which he can hide in and use as a soul jar. He's kind of the Iron Man of the group.
Lots of body swapping shenanigans.
Yeah, that's actually part of the reason why John's first new character got vetoed.
Yeah, like I had planned like, all right, so, mind control magic in this game is charmed
Origin.
or stuff like that, right? No, like something completely unaccounted for can happen.
And Lumen got a sentient shield, which contained the mind of one of the automatons he met there, called Fiery Shield. Zeros gave the heroes a one-shot chisel of sort, and the plan is to find a way into Sigil's inner heart, find the Wall of Gods, find Zeros' sigil on the Wall of Gods, and use the chisel to break apart the sigil, which will destroy Zeros' godhood and allow him to kill himself.
Which isn't morbid at all.
No, not at all. But one of the,
It does morbid whenever we describe it like this, than whenever he describes it himself.
Our group name is the Knights of Assisted Suicide.
There we go. The Kevorkians.
the Kevorkians.
The Angels of Death.
All right. So I think that's good.
Yes.
I think that's appropriate. Why don't you guys each just tell
Angels of Assisted Suicide?
again? No,
That's it. It's locked.
it's not.
Check the
It's
chat.
not.
Check the chat.
You said this was our decision.
You know what? It is. If you guys want to go with that, that's you guys that have to live with this name. All right, not me.
You want forever? Yeah, the condition is that you have to place it on every resume you ever send out.
Well, that will help Orin remember what his quest is.
Although that's going to be kind of awkward to tell players in game Like,
Hey guys, I heard that Rocket's Hideout hosts D&D on every Saturday. What's this group that I'm joining? Oh, we're the Knights of Assisted Suicide.
Angels of assisted suicide. 'Cause we can do a lot of we can do a lot of metal like crests and like team badges to put on the back of our motorcycle jackets.
but for
right.
obvious reasons, the whole
We
B1
got
is
wooden
supposed to be
wings.
kind of hush-hush outside the party.
So, I think we got a good synopsis. I'm glad some people got reminded of what we're supposed to
Their
do.
obligations.
The viewer now knows as much as I do. I started forgetting as soon as we started rolling.
So, why don't you guys, from left to right, again, tell me what your
Stage left
or our left?
or
my left. So starting here, tell me character name, a little bit about yourself, and what you're wearing, because I need that for this session.
Okay.
And
Sure.
like colors, if it's like bright, vibrant colors, or what.
Sure. My name is Orin. I'm a conjuration wizard with sage background. I'm a rock gnome, and I have kind of two forms. I have a clockwork suit. Iron Man is correct, except instead of metallic, it's more like clockwork, steampunky looking.
Steampunk guy.
And it looks like me, but it's obviously an automaton.
Steampunk man.
Yes. Instead of being like or like whatever Iron Man suit is made out of.
I am Steampunk Man.
It's like pewter or whatever. And when I'm not wearing that, because it's tight, I have to wear something, that I can fit in it. I don't want a lot of excess bulk. Well, yeah, I don't have a lot of like flowing wizard robes. So I always imagined Orin is wearing like a romper.
All right.
And sensible shoes.
But you have a wizard hat.
Are
He's
they
just
colorful?
magician in a suit.
Is it a colorful romper or?
It's gray, but with electric blue stripes down each side.
Nice.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That gives me what I need to know. Now I just need to look up what the hell a romper is.
Well, I know if you find out.
Oh my God. Do they cut off right below the knees?
They cut off. No, they cut off right above the knees.
Okay.
Above these, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you look like you're wearing a poorly made jumpsuit.
It's like
With
casual
electric blue
pajamas.
straps.
Yeah.
Stripes.
Stripes. Yeah.
Just two or like all around it?
Well, so you two down the
Yeah,
sides.
two down like like piping.
Piping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob gets it.
Yeah.
How old
Hey.
is Orin?
Orin is 65.
All right, that's enough.
So he's still young.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the body for a romper.
Sure. All right. Lumen.
Okay. Lumen is Paladin of Nature in service of Dolara. He is a human male with a noble background. He wears plate armor, as is standard for paladins, and his chest has the insignia of Dolara on it. So, pretty prominent who he's working for. Can't exactly go around hiding that fact. He's somewhat tall for a human, fairly built. And he's typically the killjoy for the party.
All right.
Well, when you understand how the rest of the party acts, you'll understand why.
So, tell me what you look like,
Blonde
like-
hair.
clothing wise. You
Plate
said
armor.
plate armor.
Yeah.
Is it shiny? Is it
Are,
dull?
are you wearing any like cloaks over it or anything?
No.
Anything like that?
No
Is
clothes.
it shiny? Is it dull?
What are you wearing like on your legs and arms and stuff?
I'd say it's probably dull.
Okay.
It's not.
So it's not bright shiny, but it's kind of
It's
dingy.
weathered. It has some
It's
scars.
like it's upkept to the point where it's still functional, but it's not maintained to be made look impressive.
It's humble.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's a good way.
That's what I wanted to know. All right. Jump on.
Granny
Granny.
Goodberry is currently a centaur, known for her druidry. She appears as a hunched-over figure with long gray hair. covered from the waist up in animal bones, fetishes, charms, wearing hides and furs. And she wears a dark green shawl that covers almost her entire body from the top, including back to the end of the horse's hat at the withers.
The haunches.
And yeah, right. I'll get to that. And the shawl itself is lined with dark vulture feathers. She also carries an oversized walking cane that reaches down to the ground past her horse hooves. And whenever she was in battle, she's always carrying a deer skull with her as her shield. Additionally, down on her hooves, she has magical bunny slippers of spider climbing made from real bunnies.
Okay.
And her skin can best be described as leathery. And just in general, she's like not an evil Mary Poppins, but a very unpleasant Mary Poppins.
That was a very, very, very audible. All right. You're a cleric. You're a druid, right?
Yeah, a druid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of the spores.
Yes, of the spores, of the flies. She always has just at least a little bit too many flies going around her at any given time.
I want you to be like,
Alright.
no, she's a monk.
Shadowpat.
Okay, my name's Shadowpat. I am a fighter human, focused on archery. I have a heavy crossbow, so I'm usually in the back throwing damage downrange to anybody that's hurting the party. Let's see, I grew up in the streets as an urchin, so I am very stealthy. I can definitely pickpocket whenever necessary. I wear heavy leather studded armor, very dull. Everything I have is black, so very very easy to hide into the shadows, hard to see. I'm about 6 feet tall, black hair, and I have multiple quivers. As your typical fighter, I have weapons basically falling out of every pocket that you can imagine.
Okay.
But I have them hidden so well that you'd never know it.
Sure. All right, that's perfect. All right, I like it. Thumper.
Thumper is a very stout halfling, surprisingly clean cut facial wise, which is kind of long black dreads, no shirt ever, kind of hair, a little bit hairy. He wears kind of regular plain clothes that are all patched here and there. It's usually kind of like a brownish green kind of colors, that like generic beige, and just very bad sew marks everywhere. And underneath are anywhere between 1 and 3 layers of ripped silk pants. However many I had that happen to still be on me.
I think he only made you one.
Okay, there's only 1 pair. They're ripped and torn. He's a tripod.
Okay.
Kind of darker, wind-hardened skin, and the dreads are fairly dirty.
All right.
And a big hammer.
Gotcha.
That is dread. His hair. Oh, and a very shiny helmet.
What's your class?
Halfling barbarian.
Cool. I didn't know if I didn't. I
I
don't
said
know if I
halfling. I
could.
don't think it's a barbarian.
She said stout halfling. So.
So I'm a Githyanki monk, although, as I said previously, I refer to myself simply as Gith.
You said earlier that you were good.
I'm sorry, no, I'm actually Githyanki.
All right.
However, I'm a monk because I wanted to embrace the Githzerai lifestyle.
So you're a traitor.
Yeah, in a way. I wear brown on brown, essentially light brown with dark trim robes with a hood that I only put up when I am around crowds. I wield a longsword and a longbow occasionally.
Really?
I definitely wield the longsword. The longbow
Yeah.
I only
You
use
definitely
on-
used the bow against Johnny.
Yes. Because we had.
Yeah,
someone
we were all
reversed-
standing
cast
on the
reverse-
ceiling.
Yeah, reverse gravity.
Good spell.
Yes,
Always
very good.
useful. Always useful.
I'm uncertain. Do you want to know his personality, or is that simply?
You can give a little bit about your personality if you want, but it's
That'll become very
More for a mental image.
prevalent.
right?
Very
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
it
like,
probably
how-
will be prevalent
yeah.
in a second.
How do you carry yourself?
primarily in a
presumably.
very upright posture, tries to keep a serene attitude, although, as you'll see in a moment, that attitude has been tested.
It's brittle.
Yeah, brittle. So yes,
Like they're
very,
broken.
very good posture. Somewhat soft-spoken. Again, this episode is a little bit atypical for him. I think that's it.
All right, and the NPC that is Grand Ram's brother is
Sister.
sister.
That's a very important distinction.
That
Lasmina is
is the
transmuted.
brother of Grand Ram, is the sister. Lasmina, transmutation wizard, Gitzerai, actually, and build and along those
Wait, so
lines.
Yankee and Zerai, or
Mhm.
alright.
But again, Gith.
Yeah.
So, pretty much the same clothing setup as Grand Ram. Very, very more humble, but she's also more along the lines of she is going to hopefully become someone powerful and has no clue how to deal with it because she's been in a monastery her entire life. So, we're gonna get.
Side note: she is extremely wealthy
She is.
and has no concept of money.
Is she does not have a concept of money. She is extremely wealthy.
Shadowpact could do some very interesting negotiations on his life.
he did. He got asked what his life was worth, and he did not want to give a number to that.
Well, hey, it's all part of a negotiation.
It's like, so there is a price.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta haggle high.
You got to start
Gotta
high.
start somewhere.
All right. So
And you haggled pretty
after
good.
all of that, I
No, actually,
think
way
this
too high.
is
Started.
Well, you only got a couple thousand. I got like 15.
yeah.
No. What I mean is he started out like, I want 15 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is a good place
Decided to
I think I
to.
ended up getting like 5,500 gold. to start with.
Yeah. So I think this is a decent spot to begin in.
Oh, we are expert swimmers apparently.
Not I.
Because
Uh,
at least I am. 'cause I
you
got
just
thrown-
refuse to swim. There's a
Look,
difference.
Lumen definitely is an expert swimmer.
Yeah,
Lumen is an expert swimmer.
Yeah,
Plate man.
there's been a number of instances where Lumen has demonstrated great athletic ability in armor.
Okay, so
Just in the wrong direction.
again, we are back inside of the cave. You guys literally just dispatched with the shadow merchants that you had been dealing with. By the way, it's so neat. With the shadow merchants that you had just been dealing with.
You're right.
Thank you. After which,
No, he fell.
after which you spoke and stated that you were going to resurrect one of the personnel that you had just taken out. Grand Ram, of course, showed
Hostility.
disagreements
Yes.
with this decision.
Vehement disagreement.
I think we should pick up from there.
Meanwhile, there is a body inhabited by insects swinging away at a phallic killer.
Yes, exactly.
Trying to free Madame Goodberry from her imprisonment.
Self-imposed.
While they're doing this, I want you to make an investigation check.
So did you announce that you were actually
Yes.
okay?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to think of exactly like what
He
the,
just,
the wording
if I remember, was he said, I pull out my 4 diamonds and I'm going to cast Revive.
Well, I'll have to correct that because I
Yeah.
looked at my stock. Last time I had forgotten my character sheet, so I didn't know exactly what happened. Turns out I only have 3 diamonds. So
He also threatened to. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he threatened to be violent or forceful if we decided to kill them again.
yeah, like, I'm not about to waste 2,500.
Roll a d4.
I'm not about to waste 2,500 in gold
Definitely.
for you guys to just immediately undo it.
Yeah.
One.
To choose to undo it.
Yeah.
Get one back.
Okay.
You get one of those bolts that you fire throughout the entire thing back. Not exactly a good exchange,
Okay.
but the other ones are so buried into the rock that if you were to try to actually pull them out, you would literally bend in break the metal that
Yeah.
the
Some
metal
of
in
them
the
shit,
wood.
but
But,
some of them
but
are-
these bolts are a little more sturdy than your normal ones, right? Because
Yes,
they're magic.
but
controlled.
because of the fact that you rolled very, very poorly,
Right.
that's how that works.
Yeah. No, like you pull them out and you bend them, or something like that.
Some, yeah. So
Sometimes the
you're
dice
able to
just don't work out
recover
very well.
All right.
So yeah, you pull out your diamonds. You are literally walking over to one of the bodies. You state that I'm going to bring these people back to life, and if anyone tries to kill them after I have brought them back to life, you will deal with me personally.
Can I
Fair
pump
enough.
them all into oblivion first?
How long does your spell take to cast?
It's one action, so 6 seconds.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Revivify takes 6 seconds.
Yes.
That's really just an action spell?
Yes.
It's an action
Wow.
spell, but it costs a diamond worth.
No, I know. I just mean like for like
All
combat
right,
purposes.
well
that
then
seems really powerful.
my plan is not going to happen.
Stuff-
What was your
something
plan?
Like that usually takes
Just
like a
start
minute or 10
decapitating
minutes.
them. Because I didn't think Revivify would
Okay.
bring back a decapitated body. But if that's not the case, I will ask. And what do you plan on doing? How do you believe that these gentlemen will react to coming back to life after we just killed them?
Well, they probably won't be in any condition to fight again if that's what you're worried about. They only come back barely to life.
This situation is on your head. I am wiping my hands of it.
I will handle it. Now stay out of it.
I do not take my orders from you, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna have a discussion about that when we get back into privacy.
Meanwhile, I'm stuck in a rock.
I walk to the side and start meditating.
I'm
All right.
thumping one of them.
As you
He's thumping one of them.
you're thumping like heavy thumping, or like
I'm hitting a dead body.
how heavily are you?
Are your
hitting?
attacks slapping it around?
Are you just like?
I think he's trying to crush their heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just like mutilating
Yes.
You guys enjoying? Sure.
it. Is he like a feeling party to join? No, come on, we take all comers. Clearly.
All right.
I need to roll damage.
No, you don't.
I only hit it twice. I mean, I rolled a 7, but
It's also not moving.
It's also not moving, so you hit, so it doesn't matter.
And it's
All right.
prone, so you had advantage.
So,
How's that for a rules
let's
question?
do
Did I
this.
crit?
As you're
20 and a
thumping,
1, nice.
you're thumping down.
I double crit.
All right.
Nice.
That was the one I rolled. That's the
Yeah.
with the crit.
So,
I rolled 2 nat 20s on a crit. He's obliviated.
let me actually tell a story, not just you guys tell me what you want to do. So,
Is Harry Potter here?
as you proceed to actually use the hammer, and you literally, it's just you, this thing is paced, this body is paced. As you walk over to one of the body though, and you proceed to start to cast Revivify.
Wait, did he do this to the one I was going
No,
to?
he did not.
There's like 3 bodies.
There are 4
There's
now.
4.
There's
bodies.
4.
But I mean, like there's 3 like right there.
Orin stands up from having just dropped in from his most recent portal. It's like, hey guys, what's going on?
Hey,
I
it's
see
good to see
I'm now covered in whatever the hell that was.
Squeeze.
Since he aerosoled it.
Anyone else can answer him, but
Oren, could you help me keep these guys from just destroying the bodies?
No, but because destroying things is Orin's game.
all right. So, Lumen, you.
Is there a new guy? Is he cute? Are you still in the box?
Yes, I'm still
He's still in.
Somebody's attacking the pillar.
Yes.
I'm directing
Orin
my
yells
zombie.
back, yeah. Girl.
Remember, you
I
have
don't-
already
yeah.
shown interest in harpies.
Well, I don't know what could be in there. I just heard a woman's voice. And like,
He's placing his bets on the mystery box.
Just wait till it
I'll,
opens up.
I'll have some what's behind door number 1.
You mean door number only?
Which is why it's 1.
So, you lean down.
What are these things? Can I tell?
Make an investigation check for me. Actually,
hard?
make an Arcana check.
They're gray and they look elvish.
11.
Oh,
Arcana?
They changed forms.
Yes.
No,
Oh
actually.
no, wait. 18. Sorry.
18?
I read
Okay,
it wrong.
yes. Significant difference between 11 and 18. So, with an 18, Looking at them, you see. You see that they seem elvish in origin, at least.
But they're gray.
They're almost stark white, not gray.
Do I know what this is?
After thinking about it for a little bit, you've read in a couple of books that they may be a race that hails from the Shadowfell, which is a literal dimension of darkness.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Revivify is like maybe our best play.
While not looking at Lumen gestures over to Graham Ram.
Who is meditating in a corner currently,
Well, not a corner, but
or
off to the
meditating
side.
to the side.
The point being that look who we're teamed up with.
Oh well, I mean, you know.
I'm getting ready to aerosol another one.
No.
And I take out some popcorn and I'm just watching the show.
That takes time.
You know?
If he
I'm not
Okay.
going to start making decisions of life and death. Go ahead, whatever.
So
I just
you-
got here.
yes, I'm
So you do that. This is what I've been trying to say. You make a prayer. You proceed to cast it.
Yes.
Don't erase it yet. I didn't say to erase it, did I?
well
Oh,
assume that even
well.
if it failed the time it would be spent.
No.
Okay.
So, what do you pray to your God? Give me something.
Delar,
Mm-hmm.
please revive this being who fell in a misunderstood battle, that he may be able to.
As you're actually channeling it, and you're still saying this spell, you burn the spell slot.
Okay.
You do not. The diamond though that you are holding in hand
It just stays there.
does not move.
Oh. Okay.
You say as they fell in battle, or as you were saying in your prayer, as they fell, and you feel the divine connection grab hold, and you feel exhausted since the spell slot is burnt, but the diamond is still there.
It doesn't make a connection to the body or something.
So it was denied.
What does
Is
the
he-
body look
is
like?
he
The
lit-
body is still there. It's not. He's not alive. He's still dead.
So the spell was denied.
Or,
If you can infer that, if you wish.
Either it worked or it
It obviously didn't work.
Then it
Did-
was denied.
well, do you feel like the power coming from your god?
Do I?
No.
Then no.
Alright.
No, it was denied.
So
Just.
I'm saying
Don't-
you can infer it because literally, you were right.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't have to
Say I'm
answer
right.
every question.
All right. So that's what happened.
Lubin just slumps over in dejection.
So, are you really? Okay. You go and pulverize another one. You don't have to even roll for it. Why are you doing that? Okay.
Why did he get on his horse?
I'm
I
going
just
to,
started
I'm
everything in
going
the
to
first
meditate
place.
for a total
I just
minute.
want some
A
attention.
minute.
So I don't know what they're going to do in the minute's time, but I am.
Okay, I'd say let's move on and go into the cave, right? Is that what we're?
I'm still stuck in a rock.
So,
I go up and knock on the rock. You doing okay in there?
So are you on the side with the zombie or?
yeah, you guys are still. Everyone who actually is looking around, you still see this
well, all this-
zombie that is
yeah, well,
literally
all this
like,
is happening
down
is
to the
growing.
nubbin, still scratching and attacking this pillar of
I'm gonna
stone.
go whack
The-
this. I'll whack the stone.
You go whack the stone. Make an attack roll against it.
Do I have advantage?
Yes, you do.
Spell, I can't.
24.
It's not that. Make a religion check.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't AC
You
attack.
auto crit. It's an unmoving object. You proceed to do max damage.
I'm just gonna roll dice anyway because it's fun.
I don't know what that adds up to.
It's 19.
All right,
If that plus what Rozabi does is
Thumper.
then it collapses.
Thumper, you proceed to destroy this pillar, at least this side. Granny, you take like 2 points of damage, just shrapnel coming into your face.
What's the lightning shrapnel?
It's a little bit of lightning as well.
Although it does thunder.
Wait, lightning?
Thunder.
Thunder.
Oh, from it's a magical weapon.
Yeah.
With your 18, 19.
Yeah.
All right. So you can infer that she did deny the offer. While you burn the spell slot, it is still an offering. The gem is supposed to be an offering. So she denied it.
You'd probably like attempt to commune with her or something. But more importantly, where's the cutie?
He is
I
standing
now-
off to the side.
I say, he went that way, and then like,
Oh, that place sounds familiar.
indicating farther down the hallway so we can fucking go.
Yeah. Let's go do something. Come
Yeah,
on.
let's go,
play.
like,
As
to
long as I get to
adventure.
walk next to you.
I was not the cutie. That was that.
Make a deception check
That
real
guy
fast.
No.
For an insight?
Yeah.
Okay. What was it?
8.
Okay.
So,
So,
you run up and give him a big old hug and
7.
So,
Oh,
as,
but I do love the chase.
Yeah. I hope you mean the emotional chase, but on the off chance you don't, Rundar starts running down the hall. I mean, Orin. Our other crazy gnome character starts running down the hallway.
Oh, don't worry, I'm faster.
okay, so as Granny Goodberry sprints after her,
Orin,
She shouldn't even need you, she just canters after it.
Orin separates from Robo Orin, and they run in different directions.
there's only one path down this thing.
Serpentine. Serpentine. Like, you can't even tell which one of us it is.
I have fairies.
I think now I have advantage with my deception check. What's a 16?
It still doesn't pass.
We're bobbing and weaving.
All right. So as you get to the portal, it is completely unguarded. You do still see the entire stock room that you saw when you first came through. Boxes have been moved around, and there are other larger crates.
Oh shit, I forgot to animate that.
I want Granny, Shadowpat, and Thumper and Grandma. Actually, everyone on that side of the table, pretty much. No, this is just passive.
Alright.
You hear movement coming from a couple of the crates.
I open them.
As you crack open the crates, you see that there are cages inside of them, and you see that there are a couple of rabbits inside of it. In the one that you open, you go to open up a larger one. You see that it has a few wolves inside of it. All of them very, very scared.
New slippers.
You go to open up a third one, and you see one of the strangest creatures that you probably have.
Granny?
No, it's not Granny.
That'd be pretty strange then.
One of the strangest creatures that you probably never seen, actually.
Is it one of those?
It is a flump. You see this interesting little tentacle creature that seems to just be floating inside the cage.
Actually, I think the Lumen has seen the
Have I?
Yeah, whenever we had that. Whenever the Colwins
Yep.
were fighting
yep.
with,
There was one flump that came in then.
Oh,
there was a wild magic surge and some flumps got summoned.
this isn't the same flump, is it?
It is not the same flump that you can think of. But yeah, you see a couple of flumps inside of one of the cages, literally just floating off to the back of the cage.
Do I have any idea what this thing is?
Um,
Or can I understand what these things are?
Make a. You can make an Arcana check.
I can make one. Oh wow, that's a 23. I critted on that.
Okay. So these
Granny's also gonna make.
are. These are small creatures that are actually sentient to a degree. They're extremely good. They're sweet. They want to help things. And they're in a cage.
I communicate that to Luna.
Can they be
Yeah.
pets?
Do I know
innocent
anything?
guards.
They are sentient.
Do I know
Not
anything with a
pets.
13?
No.
All right.
Your innocent guards are trafficking in sentient good creatures.
Do I know anything with an 8?
You definitely.
didn't
They
know
look
that at the
tasty.
time.
I suspected.
That's not even why you attacked them.
No, they attacked because they
look
want
nice.
to harm my compatriot.
Well,
Like-
let's take a step back and think about this. Is there anything really wrong?
I'm asking the
What?
I'm asking the paladin.
I cast knock and let the thing out.
You knock it, comes out, it immediately flies out of the cage. It scuttles up next. They scuttle up next to you, like
While you guys were
hugging
arguing, I got a pet.
and they fly off down the cave and leave.
Hey! I cast mage hand. It's like,
Make an Arcana check for me.
How much do those things?
26.
Good fuck. They don't weigh anything. They are extremely tiny.
Because I know the mage has a weight limit.
They probably.
Well, there might be a restriction on like actually using it like to get.
Yeah, it may only work on objects.
Let's look at this.
I'm just trying to make
Manipulating
a
objects
way.
doesn't unlock those containers.
So,
It's literally lighter than air.
attack, activate magic items that carry more than 10.
So, you go to reach out to it, you grab one of the tendrils, and it slips through the mage hand, but it keeps on going. But when the mage hand touches, you feel content and happy.
Oh, nice.
So you just
I'm
pet it.
the terror of being hit on by Granny Goodberry is just on my mind now.
I can't wait to see what Dan thinks of that.
Oh God.
Hopefully they can float high.
I don't know. Can I unlock the cages on the wolves and the?
Yeah, are you burning the
Sure, you
spell
want
slot for it?
Do I
or-
have to?
Make.
Is there a key? Like on a
Well,
chain?
I'm sure there's someone that has the ability to pick locks.
Or if they're
I'm also sure that whoever had the key was pulverized.
Can I pick the lock with?
assuming that they would have it.
Make an attack roll.
They are just guards. They may not deal with
crit.
actually tracking.
Okay. You break the next lock on the rabbits. They fall open. They see Granny Goodberry and her shoes, and they stay inside the cage.
Point before you move on. Do you want to release potentially rabid wolves?
Yeah.
Well, now they're
Whoever.
now they're gonna eat the rabbits. So.
Whoever just opened up the cage of the rabbits. I'm asking.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
That's all. They were handling.
Do we know if they're
everything.
rabid?
Rabbits?
While they're doing this, I'm going to take my minute to animate Dead back there.
Okay.
Sure.
You know what? If it's all like this, that's a lot of fucking time we're wasting. Let's just go.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
The rabbits can fend for themselves.
The rabbits are there. The wolves, they'll.
They'll stay in a cage.
They'll starve. That's what you're saying.
You-
We should probably
Cool.
do
Onward.
something about this.
That's up to you.
all right.
Oh, now it's up.
I'm gonna.
The poutiest
I'm gonna-
fucking paladin. the worst attitude. Everything. Like the oath of passive aggression.
This is
going into the
This is like the third time Lumen's
Not that
been,
you know of.
like
Maybe
stiff.
maybe you should get with us instead of us always having to get with you.
So I really want to kill him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dismiss it before.
Alright.
You dismiss
So
it.
I'm. Is there any like handle or anything I can like pick up the cage with, or some way I can move it safely?
Make a strength check.
Well, like, is there a dolly or something? Is what I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
And now I
That
can't.
string. 13.
What were you intending to do?
Try and move it. I guess I could slide it
Move it.
Where?
out the cave.
Okay, so you take 5 minutes to move it out the cave. I'm guessing everyone else proceeds to go through the portal. Well,
I guess while this is happening, I'm still at the mouth of the cave.
yeah, you
interacting
see,
with some dead
you
bodies.
see,
just like taking out a vial and just pouring some eggs in them.
yeah, you see Lumen push past you. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes for him to get all the way. So you have enough time to do it. You get acquainted with your newly formed body.
Meat puppets.
Yeah. The rest of you go in through the portal, and you see Rummage there, and he has
I've
already.
admitted I joined them, so whenever that happens.
You see that he has already had a small table brought in, a little bit of food, and he has a little bit of in the portal room.
Yeah, what's in the portal?
Yeah, and a cup of wine and a little vase of wine. So about 5 minutes gone. No, it was about 2-3 minutes, something like that. So about 2 days,
Oh, yes, yes.
2-3 days. That was significantly longer. I expect you to step through and then be back in a minute. What happened?
Oh yeah, the two people who answered out. Two of our compatriots had unfinished business.
Oh,
One of them has
I was so
since left the
done.
party, and the other one is occupied.
so what am I supposed to expect? Did you pick up a new toy?
I did. He did.
Well, assuming that like time is passing regularly.
Yeah,
like,
you
probably,
literally
like, 2
step.
hours.
Yeah, you literally step through like 5 seconds after they step through, and he is asked, "What new toy have you
The new
gotten?"
toys I brought were his smugglers. I don't know if we've counted for that,
Headless.
but I'm just pointing that out. Like I have his smugglers falling behind me as zombies.
With decimated heads, I don't know.
Well, this wouldn't be the first time
They
we
can
killed
only
this
have
man.
he
The last time he asked us to, though.
he looks like.
Hello,
Who?
my name is Granny.
All right, Granny. What the hell?
I actually wasn't the one who did this. I just made use of the resources.
As long as we ain't wasting anything, I guess.
That's
At least I
the
don't have to
most
pay him
important
anymore.
virtue
That
of
makes it a
all.
little bit better.
It's true.
So, where's the shiny one? The one I stabbed.
Well, no,
It's going to be another 10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So 10 seconds on their perspective. You get the cage out. I guess you're gonna try to use your hilt, break the lock.
Yeah, either.
Make it-
I guess I could take a moment to see if the keys was on the bodies, but wait, you took them with them. So
Yeah.
okay.
So they're gone.
Well, technically, there are still 3 bodies left.
Well,
Yes.
one of them's not a bot.
I'll just
you-
bash it open.
Yeah, it takes you a few minutes just with the hilt, and you bash it down. The cage opens, and the wolves very timidly snarl at you, but they do eventually get out of the cage and run off. I want you to make an intelligence check for me.
Well, they had a pretty big head start.
Well, no, the rabbits are still in the cage. They're still scared.
8.
Oh, they never moved.
All right, cool. That's perfectly fine. So you see the wolves run off.
No, I'm not like out of character. I know that there are possible negative consequences to letting
No.
go.
So
I
where
wasn't talking about
to
that.
next?
So you eventually get through the portal.
Yeah.
And Rummage is on the other side. He says, "Where's the shiny one?" And that is stabbed. And literally, you come in after you finish that statement. Ah, there he is.
He's actually not very shiny.
Yes, but it's mostly his personality. It's very bright. So,
Radiant, you made it.
is there anything I can offer you guys before you go to your next stop?
We need to talk before we do that.
Do you have a
Not you, Rummage. I need
Oh
the
no,
party.
no.
The party
I
concerns.
will give you a room. That's perfectly fine. I want to be as hospitable about this. You guys have already given me so much, and your next stop is an interesting one.
Do you have a zoo?
We
We're going to Sigil after this, correct?
yes.
We do
But
not have a suit.
we need a. We need
Can we
to
go
clarify
can
some
we,
things.
Can we talk on the way to Sigil?
No.
So we can just
No.
go
It's
forward?
literally
No,
Portal,
Orin.
so not
No,
really.
we can't.
Fine.
Look, the place we're about to head to is the realm of gods, is it not?
Make a religion check. Make a religion check.
Oh, I would go too long.
20.
20?
19.
19.
19.
Okay.
Maybe 20.
Okay.
From a 20.
20?
14.
All right. Who's actually proficient in religion?
Me.
Okay. So
We're a
everyone
religious
so everyone that's actually proficient gets a little bit more knowledge. So this is everything that you would know as well. Sigil is considered the plane of the gods. It is considered.
Yeah.
It is the highest part of the entire wheel. This is what you guys
That was a
know.
layer cake.
Huh?
That was a layer cake.
It is a little bit of a layer cake, but it's also called the wheel. So,
It's in the center
This
and
is-
at the top of the wheel.
Yeah, it's like concentric pies.
so this is what you guys all know, though. It is also known as the City of Doors. While it is a place of where the gods are known to be. And it's mostly because of the fact that the gods may have residence there. They don't have, like, here's the hall of Delara, or here's the hall of Ares, it's you can't just go up to their door and knock on it and say, "Hi, I'd like to worship this morning."
Then it would be the city of
But-
dorks.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's sort of their home turf.
Yes and
Which is what
no.
I thought you said the
It's
first
not
time.
unreasonable to expect we could encounter like high level people.
Yes and no. Because
But all-
what I'm explaining. What you know is that this is what it's considered. It is considered the realm. It is considered the plane of gods because it is the highest point on the wheel. But that doesn't mean that you'll run into gods. You also know that Sigil is a plane of non-violence for the most part.
And that's my point.
Okay, I'm giving you this information.
Okay.
So that's what you know. As far as anything else, it's kind of loosely based because few people that actually go there, and actually the little bit of information that comes out of there is so few and far between that it is, you don't know if it's true. It could be false, it could be people misinterpreting things, it could be just machinations of someone that just was like, oh yeah, this is the highest point, this is what I studied. It has to be the most beautiful thing, it has to be the city of gold, and it has to be beautiful, angelic choirs, or everything. It has to be 100% peaceful, no one can be evil there, you know. So, that's why I'm saying yes and no.
Okay. But I'm still gonna start with that point. Look, Sigil is the plane of the gods, right?
Yes, it is considered to be so.
Every plane has an underbelly.
The point is, there are very highly powerful people there that we don't want to make enemies of.
So
But-
we go there and start breaking shit.
Exactly. And that's what I'm worried you're going to do.
I'm worried you're going to too. That's why you're actually going. I just kind of happen to be doing things, and stuff gets broken.
Just like the point, your intention is to literally break something.
It's not my intention. It just
No,
happens.
him.
No, I'm
Lumen's
saying
intention.
my
Yeah.
intention is never to break things. It just kind of sort of happens.
But the point is that you guys seem to do it pretty nonchalantly.
No, actually, I don't.
I do.
Really?
As I've explained.
You've twice already taken up arms against somebody over very minor transgressions.
They've attacked my compatriots. I
Okay.
don't consider that to be a minor transgression.
And that's the problem, Ram Ram. You're too quick to resort to an all-out death battle.
If you harm my compatriots, I will.
Even if that means
Result
taking
in
on
violence.
literal gods. Or their disciples. Are you going to fight everybody who immediately poses some kind of threat?
Yes.
Then you're going to get us killed.
Well, I can reverse gravity, so so just to hold on to
And
stuff.
even if you
and
don't,
then maybe like
Graham, you're going to severely hamper our mission to find allies for our fight against this Lich Queen who asked for our help for.
Dear, there's a value to prudence, even for one such as I.
yeah, I mean, Granny Goodberry is basically the face of subtlety.
You attack that man in Brightwater, and if
He attacked
Carl-
one.
and if Carl had been
Yeah, hold on. I don't mind my companions coming to my defense when I'm attacked.
Did you ever explain what happened?
No, I just want to antagonize.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
you stole his body, if I remember correctly.
You don't.
didn't know-
You do not know that.
He actually does because he caught up with.
Oh yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
and-
He would know that.
I know
actually,
how
because-
his mech works.
Do I have
Okay.
suggestion? I do. You do not know that.
You're actually doing that?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I just misspoke.
So, yes, you do know that he did switch bodies, it seems, with Johnny.
And
So,
if Clark hadn't been more friendly with me, you would have had all of Brightwater against us.
Sounds fun.
You attacked Rummage's men over something Thumper did.
Thumper simply moved past them.
He startled them after they had been
You
attacked
consider
by an
that to
evil
be a-
treant. And if
We
Rummage here,
don't know whether they were attacked by evil tree.
and if Rummage,
I feel pretty
would you let
confident
me
in
make
saying
my
that's what happened.
point?
I just want to have one conversation with Lumen that's not in shouting.
yeah, it's fine if you guys get.
Like,
I want you to be. I want you to be.
This is like no. this is how Lumen is right now.
This is role playing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
So
just.
that's-
I'm
that's
just
what
saying.
Oren is
We
saying.
don't need to.
Alright.
We don't need to yell. Okay, remember. We're picking up stuff.
Okay. And if Rummage here wasn't more understanding, you might have blown our way to Sigil.
Have we committed to going through this portal?
The sigil portal? I believe so.
I approach the sigil portal.
I grab
And I
him.
follow.
You're not in the room with this.
Oh.
He wouldn't let. He would not leave you in the room with the sigil portal. He said if you needed to talk, he literally brought you to a secondary room. It's a nice room, nice accommodations, different foods and whatnot.
After what happened, I would not expect him to leave us alone with anything.
He really doesn't care about his men.
No. Granted, the men part, but also the trust part.
Don't worry.
Well,
So,
the point is, you keep taking actions that could turn people against us.
I don't see it that way.
Then how do you see it?
I see that my compatriots were attacked and I defended them, and I have said that for the third time. Would you like me to say it?
I don't
So
think we're
you
getting.
assume that you just automatically assume that the people that those ones you hurt were allied with were going to be completely okay with it.
I don't think I understand the question.
Like you just understood that Clark and Rummage weren't going to have problems with what you did,
If they did, I would explain myself.
and if they didn't accept that,
Then I would deal with that situation.
by how?
I don't know.
Look,
Reason, I'm assuming.
why don't you just try using reason from the start?
If you attack my compatriots, I will defend them.
You can defend something without hurting the aggressor.
I don't see it that way.
It doesn't matter if you see it or way that it's true. I've
Okay.
like
So, strictly speaking, you have actually watched Tunos do it a lot of times by now.
so let's go with the understanding that
I think
you
we're all
guys.
in our best behavior at this point.
No, that's
no one,
not
no
how
one,
we can go.
no one has agreed with that. Nobody.
I intentionally agree to not be on my best behavior.
I figured. So let's go with the idea of this. You guys have agreed to disagree. You guys literally spend 45 minutes discussing your points. And
In that time, I'm drunk.
I know you are.
Yeah, Oren got a snack in real time.
You I'm doing this as a way of us moving a little bit further. I understand that this is something that will come to a bubble, and we will figure out what we can do at the break.
I'm going to say this last thing is a closer for Lumen. If you want, well, if that's the way you're going to think about it, Grammar, that's fine. But know this: if you start a fight I don't agree with, don't expect me to jump in and save you when it goes wrong.
I don't.
Then we have an understanding.
Okay. So, after about, like I said, the 45 minutes
Yeah.
or so
Change it.
of you guys discussing this and heated, everyone put their points in. We'll discuss this a little bit more afterwards, and we'll see what can be done. But Rummage hears the quiet, at least the heatedness of it, die.
Oh, can this count as a short rest?
Yes, I will. I can allow this to count as short.
So I get hit points.
Yeah. While it is not exactly the most restful, it is still
Light
more.
activity.
Yeah, it's still
Remember
light. It
all
is
the-
very, very
all the
light.
necrotic damage you can't heal up on the short rest.
Shit, I didn't think
You can't. Yeah, you can't
You
heal.
have to do a long rest to heal it.
Correct. For
Is all
for
damage
no, no,
necrotic?
no. For the damage off your horse, not all necrotic.
I know.
It's only specific types of necrotic.
Oh wait, so can I heal the necrotic from Dan?
Correct.
Alright.
So, as the argument is dying down,
How many hit points
and like you said, it's up to your level.
at one time?
Yeah, at any time.
Half of your hit dice.
That's what I thought. Okay.
No, you can use it up to 13 if you
You
want.
only regain half.
Oh, you regain half. Alright.
You only
got it.
regain half after a long rest.
Okay, then I'll never use it.
So, he steps in. It's like, so, everything a little bit more less cutthroat, or
Yes.
at least for right now.
For now.
Cool. So, is there anything that I can do for you before you leave?
What can you do?
Ask.
Actually,
I don't know. What do we need? What would you recommend that we need?
I don't recommend anything. I am trying to be of service.
is there a jewel dealer?
Possibly. I can probably get something lined out for you if you come back.
I don't know if we have the time. We probably should just go.
All right.
We can ask now and then pick it up on our way out.
He wants diamonds.
I know, but
Yeah.
if he wants diamonds in the future, we can ask for them now. We can go run our mission.
That's pretty much what he was implying.
Yeah, but I don't even know if we're coming back here after Sigil.
All right. So
We could be in Sigil and then like pop back for a second. So
let's if there is anything, this is your point to ask. If there's anything that you would like him to look for or anything like that, because you are in the city of Slant on the
I
astral
would like
plane
you to
right
look
now.
for God. No, not
Can I ask for information?
Yeah, of course. I've always got information.
Could you determine which? All right, this is out of character because I don't know. Are the dragons hired by the Witch Queen in factions? Basically, what
Who
Reinrad
the
wants to know.
hell are you talking about?
This is out of character.
Oh, okay,
This is
okay.
out of character. So, because essentially, what
I thought you were talking
what
to Rumble for
Reinrad
a
wants to
second.
know is whether or not he can approach certain dragons and hire them
To fight.
against the Lich Queen.
Okay.
Whether or not he can go to like one and then have that one have like minions that other dragons. And
Gotcha. We'll discuss this out. Yeah, because that is actually. Let's do this.
conversation in the half.
Make a history check for me. And only him. And Lasmina is going to,
19.
because I'm assuming this is something you'd like to discuss with her as well.
Yes.
19.
19. I'm not proficient.
Alright, so you got a dirty 20. Alright, high or low?
High.
Okay. So, Lasmina, actually, as you're racking your brain through this, and I'm gonna say this is as you guys are walking back towards the portal, or at least the portal room, going through the gaudy hallways of Rummage's casino. You're towards the back, and you're just thinking about this after getting the information about the dragon attacks that happened on the Prime and different things like that. Lasmina is racking her brain as well, and she's like, so I believe that may not be an option, brother. Mostly because, if I remember, didn't the earliest Valakith, didn't they make some kind of deal with Tiamat herself?
Oh yes, that's true. That's true.
I don't believe that we could circumvent that.
Yeah,
At least, not with colored dragons.
Oh,
Not with
good
chromatic
point.
dragons.
That's a good point. There are other dragons. Okay.
They may be harder to find though. Metallic ones?
Yeah, but they would probably be cheaper to enlist, considering the cause.
It's quite possible. I'm not sure where to begin. Is that something we should ask him about?
Yeah, let's ask. This is in Gith, but let's find out if Rummage knows Gith.
You start speaking to him in Gith. He nods. Yeah, I have no clue. It's a personal habit of mine. Most people try to speak to me. You nod, you smile, you make sure that they feel humbled, and of course, you say yes. But I can't even begin to piece together whatever you were saying, so I do apologize.
I would like information on the easiest to communicate with chromatic or metallic dragon. I would like an audience with the closest
metallic dragon.
Metallic dragon, yes.
Oh, good God, I hate those.
Of color, I care not. Just the closest.
You guys don't ask for small things, do you?
I do. You offer.
I did. I
can ask for many small things.
Lady, I don't even understand why you're still here. I don't understand where the elf man went and the centaur woman came. So it's nice to have you at my establishment.
Don't worry, I'm just following them around. They don't like me either.
As strange as it might seem, Tunos had another obligation.
Madam, I have no objection to you whatsoever.
I do.
That's very sweet.
So he looks and starts visibly racking his brain. Just
You
all
don't
the.
have to me now. I just.
But he's just. He wants to give you something. When you get back, if you get back, I'll see if I can do something.
Sure.
There are absolutely no promises on finding a metallic dragon. God. And you hear him start cursing to himself in Goblin, which you understand.
Yes.
And you say, they want a fucking metallic dragon. Where the hell am I supposed to find? Do I have to go bribe someone at the Church of Bahamut? I think I have to go bribe someone at the Church of Bahamut to see if I can find a metallic dragon.
If you need funds, my sister can provide.
And you say that in Goblin, and he freaks out. And it's just like, oh, did you hear the earlier ones?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
I
Good.
thought I heard the other ones.
I don't think you had Goblin until recent, correct?
He has everything.
Well, okay, when he means recent, does he mean since we've walked through the portal?
So he said previous.
Previous.
Oh, then no. I
I thought you were saying yes, that you had heard all
No,
the
I've heard him speak since we've walked through the portal, but not
Yeah,
prior.
okay. Yeah, he was just, it's like, okay, so, oh, So he walks into the portal room, and you guys look around. You see the same. You see the same portals all lined out, and he points at another doorway, and he says, "This is yours." So, I do have to mention something about this before we step through and before we do anything. So the thing about this portal is this. I keep it open so that if anyone from there wants to come through and have fun, they can. For a price, of course. Though, if you have, it still makes me some good money from time to time. When you go through it though, you'll be very starstruck. But I need you to remember this, or you will never get back.
Uh-oh.
This door is hidden and is propped open on the other side. If you do not keep it that way, then this will be the last time we see each other. Got it?
So I'm going to go ahead and guess that the second we go through, Thumper's going to kick the prop out and lock the door behind us.
Not intentionally.
Well, I'm just saying.
Rummage, look at the people you're dealing with. Do you really think it's going to go any direction other than south?
Is your door or portal the only way to get back?
The only reliable one.
So,
It's full of gods on the other side. They can grant wishes and stuff.
out of character, the way the server works is that like there are kind of portals that don't look like portals. They can just like walk through and end up somewhere. So,
So, as I said, keep it propped.
Keep it hidden.
It's already hidden well enough.
Oh, all right.
It's just don't exactly draw attention to it. And don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Talk about what?
There we go.
Rummage, quick question. What's the time flow difference?
I think it is actually about the same as here.
Okay,
So you should be fine.
What's the attire? Business casual? Formal?
And are there certain customs we should?
I
Do
can't
in addition to
answer
that.
for any of that. Like I said, I don't go through there. I let people come through.
I imagine Thumper just puts on a tie, but still no shirt.
So it's business casual now.
Who's the last person that came back through the portal?
Yeah, I was gonna
Can we
ask.
talk to them?
No. Like I said, they come in and then leave.
But no one's still here.
No, they're few and far between. If you want, you can wait another 1,000 years and see if someone comes through. That's your call.
Worth a shot.
Is that what you? I mean, you have to start paying for your own room if you want to wait for 1,000 years. I'm not paying for it. Is that what you? Oh no, you were saying worth a shot. Sorry. Okay. As you guys walk over to the door, it's like
I make it a point to go last.
that's fine. All right. Let's take a quick break.
You really don't trust me.
No. After everything that's happened, do you really think I would?
Nothing I do is intentionally malicious.
It just happens to be.
it's just that I'm a stupid character and I roleplay the stupid.
All right,
sorry, I
so
must
we're
have
gonna take a
forgot about
5-minute
that
break,
part.
everybody
Next,
that's
dead
actually
bodies.
watching, which doesn't seem like anybody, but this is
That
still
was
fun
only
to talk like
after we
this.
killed them.
So we're gonna take that. Grab snacks.
We don't have to leave them alone. Someone do a sponsor break.
Oh, no, there's actually ads on.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, it's for the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this isn't like a personal stream. This is the store stream.
Someone
So-
singing the Team Rocket song?
No.
Copyright.
All right.
It's actually Detective Pikachu.